as we spiritually grow and evolve, we become more aware, and we then have the ability to be more discerning about the mechanisms that we use. And sometimes when we're in the process of awakening, evolving, our body is awakening, evolving, we might use the hard way instead of the gentle way. But if you're tired of the hard way and you want to do the gentle way, play with these few steps. So when your body does it the hard way, and you, soul rider, might do it the hard way, using suffering to slap yourself awake. Play with the idea that you, soul rider, or your body, both or just one, aren't deeply believing in yourself. You don't believe in your ability to evolve, to shift, to transform, to change your life internally and externally to the degree that you desire. And so if you don't believe in yourself, step one would be explore the idea that you may have given responsibility for believing in yourself to people that you think are more evolved, to your guides, to healers, teachers. You might have even given responsibility to believe in yourself to your parents. Your parents might have believed in you, they might not have. But anytime we give responsibility to believe in self to another, we immediately move into a place of victim, disempowerment, and then we actually don't have the capacity to deeply believe in ourselves. So you would bring in an energetic process of retrieving that responsibility for believing in self, which we'll do in just a moment. But then there's the other possibility of take a minute right now and think about people in your life and anybody that you really admire, and ask yourself, do you believe in them? And then play with the idea that you're holding responsibility for believing in another person, which means you're actually good at believing in capacity. You're just using it on other people, and you're holding possibly responsibility for believing in other people. But then you get empathically impacted if they don't believe in themselves. So taking a deep breath in, pulling your energy and awareness into your divine line. We invite you, soul rider, at the level of your higher self, your body to its higher self in teams, to work with the energetic fields and the guides, to retrieve all responsibility for believing in yourself of everyone and everything, spinning your fields in a clockwise direction, retrieving all that responsibility. I am responsible for believing in myself, believing in my light. You might even say that I am responsible for believing in myself, believing in my light. All I have to do is believe in my light. I don't have to believe in my capacity in the outer world. Just believe in my light. And just keep holding space for some energetic aspect of you, soul rider, your body, your teams, to retrieve responsibility for believing in yourself, especially off of anybody that you admire. They don't need to believe in you. Any healer, any teacher, any guide, any parent, retrieve responsibility off of them. You, soul rider, holding responsibility for believing in yourself, not needing the guides to even believe in you, God to even believe in you. You believe in you. No one needs to believe in you but you. Holding space, body deva. You don't need to believe in your body. Your body doesn't need to believe in you. Body, deva, nature, spirit, retrieve all responsibility for believing in self off of soul rider, off of parents, off of healers, off of friends. You believe in you, off of teachers. You believe in you. Believe in your own light. Believe in your own nature capacity, your own wisdom. Inviting your teams to deeply believe in themselves. And as you retrieve that responsibility, now spin your fields in a counterclockwise direction, returning all responsibility for believing in other people, returning all empathic sensations as well. Return, return, return. All those little bundles of responsibility for believing in another person. Return all the empathic bundles that go with that responsibility, sending appropriate energetic information and letting them hold responsibility for believing in themselves if they choose. While you model a strong, coherent field, believing deeply in your own self, modeling that to them. They can believe in themselves. You don't have to. We will reflect to each other how we believe in self. If I deeply believe in myself, you'll reflect that to me. You'll believe in me to the degree I deeply believe in myself. And I will reflect to you how you deeply believe in yourself. We're not holding responsibility. We're not attached. We don't disempower. And so keep returning all of that responsibility that you might be holding for believing in another. Return any responsibility for believing in somebody that you do admire. Letting them believe in themselves. And then taking another deep breath and spinning your fields now in a clockwise direction, retrieving all of your reference points for trust off of everyone and everything, off of any outer accomplishments, out of the future, off of the past, holding all of your reference points for trust in your own divine line. Just trusting in the vibrational light that flows in your core. You might even say to yourself, the only thing I need to trust is the vibrational light that flows in my core. I don't need to trust what I know. I don't need to trust in what I do. I don't need to trust in my behavior or my priorities. Because we often link our sense of trust with our sense of self-worth. So if I trust that I'll be in integrity, then I might feel better about myself. But if I just trust in my light, in the purity or the peace or the freedom or the strength, the qualities that flow in the line, then that sets the tone for integrity, healthy behavior, alignment with action. Just trust in the qualities that flow in your line. Holding space for your body to just trust the vibrational current, the qualities that flow in your body, Davis divine line, that are aspects of its essence. And you might even say to yourself, the only thing I trust is my essence, the qualities that make up my essence, that flow in my divine line, divine cosmic loop. I don't need to trust anything else, and I don't need to trust anyone else, which is radical. Never put your trust chips on another. You have discernment about how much they trust themselves. Discernment of how much you trust yourself, and then reflection. And then taking a deep breath in and feeling into that stance of responsible for just believing in the light that flows within you, not responsible for believing in anybody else, trusting just the qualities, the vibrations that flow in your line. And then exploring the idea that you get to evolve from this place of gentleness. You don't need to be slapped awake because you just trust that your light will continue to amplify. You believe in your light, how that amplifies it. And then you're doing the gentle walk up the mountain instead of the zip line, which creates a shock to the system. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. And then taking a deep breath in, balancing and stabilizing the fields, updating all of your grids, all your reference points, all ways in which you perceive. And with that last protocol, see if you can feel a stronger current inside. It's like more resilience internally.